Dr. Edmund Slote.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Edmund Slote, and I wandered down into Great Beach from where I was practicing in Daleville, Alabama, back in 1996, and I fell in love with Walton County. Had multiple practices, different places. I've been on contract all over Alabama, Georgia, different places, but this has always been home. By the way, this is my lovely wife, and we have 4 wonderful children, so say hello to Lindsay. And I want to tell you something. I came from a communist country, and I was born and raised in a communist country, so you cannot appreciate the freedoms that you have here in America until you live in a communist country. So when we go to these meetings and we want to hyper-regulate everything and do all these policies and amendments and everything, I want you to remember something. You're infringing on somebody else's rights a little bit. And after a little bit here and a little bit there, all of a sudden you find yourself without freedoms. So it's extremely important to remember as we vote, as we do our jobs, which, these wonderful guys. And by the way, thank you for everyone. This is, the people for the people. So it's so wonderful to see so many folks running for these offices. And the question is, what is our jobs? And when I thought about this, what is it that I wanted to be my job? Obviously, the meetings that go over agendas and the issues with growth and things like that. We've heard a lot about this, but the things that I really want to do are job creation. So, for example, what is it that we actually do to create jobs here in Walton County as county commissioners or as involved with Walton County on any level? What is it that we do? The number one thing that I saw, and I learned this from a friend of mine that was a city manager for a while in another state. He said they worked expediently and very hard on grants, because grants created federal funds, state funds, and it created jobs that are higher paying jobs than these church jobs where they can't even afford to live down here. It's ridiculous. So if we can create jobs, what else can we do to create jobs? Well, first of all, 2 businesses I spoke with yesterday, they had the hardest time opening up their doors. So there's no ease of opening up a business. It's there's immense red tape. I don't know, can we do anything? I hope so. I hope that this commission can do something to make things a little bit more expedient so people can open up these little businesses. We don't need grandiose industrial businesses that pollute everything. Water's already polluted enough. If we can create and support these little businesses, these little jobs, and what can we do for these little jobs? We can have development sessions, development growth sessions, teach them how to grow their businesses, how to support their little businesses, and help them in that nature. What else can we do to, let me see what else can we do here. I made some good notes. Well, targeted recruitment, that's one of the things. So again, having staff, even if it's just 1 aide, putting them on the job to target different businesses and bring them into Walton County. I mean, we have tourism, but can we expand? Can we have some diversification? I mean, we can't just count on South Walton. What can we do up here? Some of the things that I really want to talk about. I've been a reserve police officer, and I saw some not so pleasant things, starting even at 12 years old, kids going to drug houses and things like that. So one of the things that's extremely important is creating some kind of a proactive youth programs. I know some folks are against the golf course and different things, but here's what you need to remember. If we're not proactive with our youth, they're going to wander in these drug houses. So we have to have programs, after-school programs, because not everyone is rich like Walton County. We have Norfolk. A lot of kids, they don't have good mom, dad situations at home. So we have to create, in conjunction with churches, in conjunction with the golf course, create these after-school programs that perhaps teaches them about sustenance, like food, maybe non-GMO food or something. They can grow things, or maybe they can create little build little things. One of the things that I did with one of the city managers and the mayor in Bainbridge, Georgia, I had a meeting with them, and basically because that's where I ran into a couple of kids that were begging for cigarettes, 12 years old, they weren't in school, so I said, it's got to be something that we can create for these kids. Anyways, I know I'm on a limited time and I can talk, so let's just stay focused here. Why am I running? Again, one of the things I want to see is more transparency. Some of the people say that they don't know enough about what's going on in Walton County. Okay, so thank you for having me, and the vision is to have the best Walton County that we can have, and we can actually create some things here. Wonderful, progressive, productive, positive change, because not all change is possible.